I have one last segment before we get to Can't Let It Go, which we will, of course, do. But a new segment, a surprise segment, something we may just do every show for 2024 if things keep up the way they're going. I am calling this segment Tales from BaaS Land. Because for those who read Jason's newsletter, which I assume is everyone listening, Jason is our embedded reporter in the war that is being fought in banking as a service. He's on the front lines. He's hearing about all of the latest stuff that's happening. And it seems like every week there's some new little bit of drama. So, Jason, you don't have to go super deep, but tell me what's the latest from BaaS Land?
Yeah, so the sort of big dust up in the back half of December, to briefly summarize. So Mercury, which is a sort of business banking startup, previously was a customer of Synapse with its customers on Evolve, and also partners, I believe, with Choice. In around October, news broke that Mercury was moving off of Synapse to go directly with Evolve. That was a big deal because Mercury, by all signs and signals, was Synapse's largest customer. In early December, the 11th, Mercury filed an arbitration claim against Synapse. That is private. We don't know what's in the arbitration claim. Then Mercury, a couple days later, filed a lawsuit. I'm not a lawyer. This is not legal advice, but essentially seeking to freeze or preserve Synapse's assets, such that if Mercury wins an arbitration, there will still be money there to collect, with the number mentioned in that highly redacted lawsuit being $30 million. Synapse's CEO, Sankeet Pathak, fired back in a blog post promising to file a countersuit. Very quickly summarizing his points, he seemed to be arguing that basically this was a dispute about the deposit rebate and whether or not the money going to Mercury would increase as the Fed funds rate went up, and revenue share, whether it was determined based on gross or net interchange. We do not need to go into all of that. I mean, my bottom line summary is nobody comes out of this looking good.
Yeah. No, it's weird, and it seems like it just kind of keeps going back and forth, but definitely a good example of the worst case in terms of what goes wrong. I mean, I've just been fascinated to see Synapse, Evolve, Mercury, some of them are teaming up with each other and trying to cut one of them out. It's just literally what happens when it's every man for himself, and BaaS seems sort of this is the worst case version of that story playing out in real time.
It's Lord of the Flies on BaaS Island.
Awesome. Okay, well, thank you to our embedded reporter, Jason Mikula, for that report from BaaS Island.